not just to the year 2020 campaign. He's a common criminal. I'm saying that to you. He's a common criminal. That's the budget you voted for. He's a criminal because he allowed $3.6 billion now in the budget. He can't take me anywhere. I'm defining. That's a criminal. No, I'm not angry. I'm being forceful. I'm being intellectual. I'm providing facts. No, I'll say something I didn't mention him. So they don't know the medicine. He has no integrity in life or integrity. He's in the crisis of integrity. He's drowning in the crisis of integrity. He's not only fake. He's drowning in the crisis in the budget to vote for it, not just to vote for it. And you didn't inform the people because you said everything you will inform the people. And you didn't say anything about it. Okay, the pastor didn't vote. Well, why you didn't say it? Why you didn't say you voted for it? The records are there, Lord. Gentlemen.
I'll tell you this. To be too damn good and good. We elected Jeremiah in 2017 up to 2023. Why does he want to move Tom to be, for example? Why does he want to contact against him, for example? You don't know me, telling me. I'm a principal-minded person. So I told people that go all around the Moyana scheme because he's the ways and means deputy co-chair. And then you to come to defend the budget, they can pay with them. They have money, so let's spend it. Yes, I've been burning my grave, you are burning my own suit. So you are outside of here, you fight me, you fall. But when about the try, you die.
The BBC World Service.
Who begin it?
Me asking. Yeah, yeah. Very good. But this
That's a become problem. And people joke with me. Whoever you are our colleague, before you don't want to pick our call, I would disrespect you will not believe it. You can't for me, we are all colleagues. You should respect us. Now we don't say John to be committee. You want to be on committee, your colleague call, you can't answer? What's wrong with you?
What we will not accept anymore is the thing that after you have election, people jump into the street and begin to attack our democracy, and you think we hope and will sit as spectator. No, if no one will do that, the youth league on our watch will protect the democracy of this country. I want to say to you so that you cannot be surprised. And don't think because I said as a mayor, we will be on the front burner. We will lead our people that will lead them before. We will be there. Any day will be announced there by anyone who want to say to you, similar day will be announced by us. And whatsoever you are, you will also be there. We will meet, reflect.
A press release and a formal communication will be released to the public by midday tomorrow. Person number 1, Young Kanga Lawrence.
Okay, welcome to the Focal Point. Today marks the August 7th edition of the Focal Point on Focal Online TV. I'm very, very, very proud to be here after an impressive weekend. Thanks to all of you who have started joining this presentation. Today is Monday, August 7, 2023 editions of the Focal Point. Honor your host, K. Lyndon Tupa. Let me just give you a few of the steps that we are going to follow. Keep sharing our live here. We expect to see a lot of people watching because this is an electoral season, and we expect to see a lot of people watching this program because in everything that we do, we should remember that Liberia first, Liberia second, and Liberia last. So on this backdrop, we are urging everyone to get glued to listening to this amazing and mouth-watering presentation. So today we will have as guest Stephen K.N. Benzie, a renowned instructor, and he is not only an instructor. He has been involved into advocacies for a very long time. In one of the conversations we had prior to his conversations on appearing on this platform, so that we can be able to centrally put district 13 politics and the national politics on the spotlight, he told me that I have written enough, and it is a matter of time that I need to adequately engage the microphone to be able to send a massive public awareness, to be able to inculcate or conscientize people who are about to exercise their political franchise in the impending October 10th election. So I just thought to bring that to you. As you may be aware, last week Saturday, the national elections officially announced the kickstart of campaign activities in Liberia. So on Saturday, there were a whole lot of political activity. That statement or that press release from the National Elections Commission provided an authority to a lot of politicians who started doing a whole lot of political engagement here and there. So one of the issues that has caught my attention, it has to do with the behavior exhibited by schools of seditions in District 8. The behavior exhibited by seditions or partisans of the coalitions for democratic change. One of the things we need to understand here is that, or one of the things that the CDC folks need to understand is that when you are in the driving seat, there is a way you conduct yourself that your lifestyle will be able to set a perfect example to a lot of people. So what they displayed on Saturday by toting casket, it was very, 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 very unpatriotic. We can agree politically, we can disagree, and I think everyone's disagreement must be respected. Everyone's ideology must be respected. What was exhibited by seditions in District 8 was very, very unnationalistic. Toting casket bearing the image of former Vice President Joseph Yema Boakai. These are, for me, I consider that as an initiator of violence. I consider that as an initiator of violence. So again, still speaking on that particular issue, when the campaign activities was open on Saturday, I saw a few group of people. I decided, my colleague Mohammed Vanikane and I, we started to do a survey in District 18 primarily. We started to do a survey. Why would you want to remove, or why should you be removing the poster of another party? So the fact that somebody have their poster pasted to your wall doesn't mean that the person is going to win an election. It doesn't. It doesn't. We should always remember that politicians are very crafty in their activity. Politicians are very, very crafty in their activity. And we shouldn't be controlled or fall under the influence of their political strategy. You understand? Both of these politicians, they have a way of reuniting themselves after every political struggle. When you are always involved in violence, what it does is that it doesn't present you as a patriotic citizen. It doesn't anyhow present you as a patriotic citizen. We need to understand this thing. We need to understand this thing. So, still speaking on that, I will welcome the intervention that was made by the campaign manager, Len Eugene Nangwe, the commissioner of maritime, who is now on leave. He put up a statement, and Jefferson Kochi also condemned that on Saturday. So, where are we heading to as a nation? If we want ourselves to be used by politicians, with the level of insecurity in Liberia. You understand? With the level of insecurity in this country, are we prepared to go back to the dark days? Oh yes. Are we prepared to go back to the dark days? I don't want to believe that we are prepared to go back to the dark days, because Liberians have had a long-standing history of wickedness. Even though the war that was fought in Liberia a few years ago, some of us, we never had the kind of, we were not mature, but a lot of people told us what went wrong. How pregnant women were being treated. How pregnant women, some were being disemboweled, split. How people lost their lives. So, Liberians, to wrap up on this note, Liberians, I use this platform to amplify my voice to every civil society organizations, all human rights organizations that are in Liberia, to say, let all do away with violence. We can agree, we can disagree, but the disagreement of Party X should be respected. The disagreement of Party Y should be likewise respected. If we do that, what it does is that we will have a very peaceful election. Our children will be able to go back to school. You and I will have the potential to fend for our families. So we will zero on that. We will still be observing. We will still be observing. Another issue again that has to do with the national scene. I would not like to talk about. I will just introduce that. Then after the introduction, on Friday, from credible media reports, former Sierra Leonean police chief Mohamed Touré was arrested on the basis of an allegation. So today, there was an entourage from the diplomatic mission in Sierra Leone that went to the police headquarters, and after some level of interactions at the police headquarters, they were sent over to the court. But we are still digging deeper into that particular situation, because the police has transferred the case to the court, and under our law, it is only the court that has the jurisdiction to see as to whether that particular situations or the situations on hand, what I think the people wanted, the Sierra Leone entourage and few military personnel from Sierra Leone, I think what they wanted was that they wanted for the court to speedily agree for the extraditions of former police chief or Mohamed Touré. So we will continue to bring you up to speed with that. So it is about time, because we are pressed up with time, and our guest for today's editions of Focal Point happens to be a very firing guy. We will ask our producer to have him usher in. So the moment he is ushered in, we will ramble into the issues that matter quickly. So why that adjustment is being made, we will definitely talk to our producer to place us a technical break. So by the time the lapse of the technical break, then I want to believe that our guest, Stephen K. Nweze, an activist, a political activist, will be pretty seated in our studio. So Mohamed, you can go ahead.
Focal TV. bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting. Keep Focal. Focal TV, bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face-to-face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform in broadcasting. Focal TV, located at Topo Village, Somalia Drive, Liberia. Be the part and experience the best in online broadcasting.
Okay, welcome back. Welcome back. We now have Mr. Wednesday. He is currently seated in comfort zone of Legal Communications Incorporated. So he has now been placed especially on the stream. So good evening, Mr. Wednesday, and welcome to the Focal Point.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invite. And say a big thank you to the Focal family for this invitation.
Yeah, Chief, you need to further make an adjustment because you speak closer to the microphone and so that a lot of people can hear clearly what you are saying.
Yeah, thank you very much for the invite. I want to say a big thank you to my family for this invitation to be in the studio today. And we prepare to discuss important issues.
You are prepared to discuss positive issues or important issues. Okay, Mr. Benson, a lot of people don't have a knowledge about your history. You are, for me, I know you. A lot of people know you in this district. You are a famous educator. You have imparted the knowledge. You have imparted knowledge to a lot of students. Can you tell us a little bit about yourself so that people can be acquainted to know who is this Mr. Wednesday, an activist?
Yeah, thank you very much. By the way of introduction, I'm Stephen K. Wednesday, a resident of Great Georgia Estate, an educator, in 2019 graduate from the Professor of Bachelor degree in Education, minor in Public Administration. Yeah.
Okay, just a summary. History about yourself and your educational profile. Okay, Mr. Benson, a lot of people will want to know that you have been impacting people, have been involved in today's issues about imparting knowledge in a lot of people. And people who, when I posted your picture earlier on, they say, "Oh yes, this man once taught me. This man is a very good guy." What inspired the decision to get involved in advocacy? Because now you are in the capacity to sit in our studio in the capacity as an advocate. What really inspired your decision to trigger or to jump into politics advocacy rather, not politics.
Yeah, thank you very much, really. Our very inspired, really. We observe that people, like other people don't know how to present their case. Like when you don't feel to present their case, we are there to present it for you, to talk on your behalf. Yet other people will not be able to really, reach up there. And they are afraid to actually be on the platform, to actually discuss the issue. We did observe the issue of marginalization, too much, as I said earlier, other people not able to present their case, and I decided to be in the forefront to actually be one of the president of be able to talk for other people and not able to talk for themselves.
All right. So since when did you get involved into this very attractive task in your advocacy? Since when you transition into advocacy?
When I started advocating since 2010 up to current, I've been advocating on behalf of people at community level, at district level, and the rest of that.
All right. So one of your colleagues, Simeon Tai, who a co-activist too, is on the line. Mr. Tai, good evening and welcome to Focal Point.
Good evening, good evening. How are you guys doing?
We are very fine. So please introduce yourself to a lot of people who are listening to you now so that they can be in the know of who Mr. Simeon Tai is. Just a little history about your education background and where are you currently?
Okay, thank you very much for inviting me on your platform here today. I'm Simeon D. Tai, a permanent resident of District number 13 and a graduate of the African Methodist Episcopal Zion University with bachelor degree in accounting with emphasis in economics. I taught so many high school within the district that we are talking about precisely. And today I'm currently busy in Cyprus, where I'm on some basic engagement. So as I speak right now, I'm calling from Cyprus.
You are calling from Cyprus.
Yeah.
Oh, Mr. Star. A lot of people will ask that you have been quite silent for several years since you departed the country. For me, I know you personally. You taught so many schools. You have been a very good mentor. A lot of people have your history. You have played your part. You have impacted on so many. What really inspired your decision to speak to issues that is currently unfolding, especially during this electionary time, Chief?
Thank you very much for the question. You see, this election is very, very paramount to the growth and development of our society because it is about time that we make a kind of a sound decision that will emancipate our people from abject poverty. Because the decision we make today have a great effect on our downtrodden masses. So that's the reason why some of us who are conscious-minded young people out here, we are not there, but we want to participate actively in the political affair of our district so that our people cannot make the wrong decision. Because the decision we make few years ago today is affecting our district. And our district are being underrepresented. Yeah.
What do you mean when you talk about our district is being underrepresented? Can you point to a few specific? Because a lot of people will want to say that you should always be in a position to back your statement by facts. Back your statement by fact, Chief.
Okay, like I said, our district have been underrepresented. As far as I'm concerned, district number 13 is one of the districts in the House of Parliament. I can be very clear to you that I don't have a lawmaker because our lawmaker don't understand the basic or the three cardinal functions of the.
He doesn't understand. Yeah, please
lay
emphasis because when you say
So I'm sorry for the break-in. I'm sorry for the break-in.
All right, Chief.
Hello?
Yeah, you are coming loud and clear, Chief.
Hello?
All right, so you are coming loud and clear. We are hearing you. Are you not hearing me? All right. Our technician will see how best he can formally adjust you, Mr. Ta. We are back to you because your colleague is on mute. There is a technical issue. So, Mr. Ta, you have been championing the issues about this quote unquote scholarship scheme that was once launched by Edward Pape Flomo when he became representative, and you wrote series of articles, which of course I personally saw, and you have been very vocal about his alleged ability to meet up with those scholarships. Can you bring up to speed with what is the current status of those people who were actually taking Edward Pape Flomo to court and other issues? Mr. Ta, Mr. Benzi, I'm talking to you, Chief.
Okay, thank you very much. Really, in the district of the football starter, we do tender as a scholarship first of all. The war scholarship has been big use. We call that financial aid as we're rendering to less populous student in the district because a scholarship you get standard. That's the first thing. But you know how any standard.
So, you've been very vocal about this whole scholarship scheme introduced the quote unquote this Caroline Edwards scholarship scheme. What was the criterion that was set up to get people on that particular scholarship? Was there any criterion that you know of?
There was no criterion set up first of all. I just saw, like get a community team where people just started growing from one community to another, just writing the need down of people with their grades, people on their name, what grade you're in. I want to put you on scholarship. You know how any standard will say, yeah, you got to be a B student or the school in mark in order to maintain the scholarship. In fact, with that turned out to be a political scholarship at the time because you wanted to be in power, so you wanted to be elected to the power. So you try to use that way to corrupt the people. So he decided to just put people on like a type of scholarship. What we say, yeah, they just carry people to put into the federal school. At the end of the day, we'll just carry something that in order to get what we want. Yeah.
Oh, that
scholarship.
So that was the motive of the scholarship. All right. So when did you realize that this scholarship was only intended to entice the people on the basis of their vote in 2018? When did you realize that?
Yeah, I gotta know first of all, you are unable to actually meet up with obligation or even to maintain the scholarship within the district. The people that quote unquote you provide a scholarship for, you don't even have a listing of the people. You don't even have a listing. They feel to even pay the school that you care the student to even pay their fees. People got to take him like they got to threaten him. You got to come out to speak against it that yeah, it is you owe the people. You got to pay them before. You got to more pressure on before you start to pay the people.
So on that particular note, have you been able, because you have been engaging him very strongly about this thing, and have you been able to? All right, if you have you been able to formally engage him, maybe you delivering a communication to his office so that you can say, yes, honorable, or can we discuss these issues about the scholarship, because this thing is very embarrassing to a lot of students, and have you been able to do that, Chief?
Yeah, very hard tried reaching, but it has been somehow difficult to get it because people who are around him, they try to make the process so tedious. I have been testing on Facebook, sending communication in the chat room, in the district chat room, on Facebook, and other stuff. And people related to it are trying to defend them because, we observe that there are a lot of young people, these days they are a lot of, they live in a type of single family life where they start to defend things that are not going on. Actually, the reality, they get started with defend first thing. Whatever something happening, something grew on, they know that it's not correct. They will start to defend it. So people try to defend it, see how how bad they can get what they want. Protecting him.
All right, Mr. Todd, are you hearing out now? Mr. Ta, are you hearing us now? Mr. Simeon Ta, are you hearing us?
I'm
Okay.
getting you guys. I'm so sorry for the break in my signal due to some foreign calls. Yeah.
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 So you were actually responding to a particular statement. Can you continue?
Yes, like I said, our district is being misrepresented because few years back we make a decision today, and we make a decision that is affecting our district today. We see that we elected somebody who is not capable of being legislative material. So today, there's a reason why this election is so paramount to our district. It is an election where we have to make a kind of a sound decision. We have to elect somebody who understands the three cardinal functions of being a lawmaker, somebody who understands the district, somebody who understands the needs and the wants of the people of district number 13, and somebody who can represent our district in the House of Parliament.
If you were asked to unveil the cat out of the bag or let the cat out of the bag, who do you think of all of the candidates competing for the highest seat in District 13? Who do you think has the kind of requisite criterion to be elected representative?
For me, I believe one candidate, and I think she can make a change in our district, and she hails from the Unity Party background, and that is Honorable Cornelia Kratokpa. And I believe in her leadership ability. She's a young woman, very influential, and I believe in her ideology. I believe she can move our district forward. We cannot elect somebody who cannot move the district forward on the basis of education. You have somebody masquerading around the community, giving scholarship, and at the final analysis, they cannot pay the children fees, and these children are being put out for tuition. As a result of that, it's on the basis of it's just a scam to our people, most of our people who cannot afford. So I believe it is about time that we make that changes.
Mr. Tai, when did you realize, or what are some of those things that you can point out to convince people who are listening to you? Because this is the BKS Media Hub in District 18 now. A lot of people are listening to you. What can you point to as a convincing sign that yes, indeed, Cornelia Kra is the best person? Because you are just saying it from a blanket experience. Can you point out some of those important things that Cornelia Kra has done, that on the basis you qualify her to be the most competent candidate in this election?
Okay, Cornelia Kra is the best candidate for that area. Number one, she's a legal person. As per her profession, she's a legal person, and in the House of Parliament, it has to do with
the people with the legal experience.
All right. Okay. Let her not dive into the legal issue, but on the basis where she have been helping a lot of young people within our district. She have been helping them with scholarships. She have been helping people in the area of trade area. People who go to trade school, and these are things that we think can move our district forward. Let me be very frank with you. The best way you can develop a society, the best way I think you can develop a nation is by giving the people what we call education, because education is a cardinal pillar in which we can use to strengthen a vibrant society. No society can sustain adequate growth and development when the human mind are not trained to constructive thinking. Are you understanding me? So, Honorable Kra have been on the basis of helping our young people to give them scholarship and empowering other people who want to do business, empowering other people who want to do trade. So on that basis, I believe she can be she can make a good representation in the House of Parliament for our district. It's about time that we make that decision.
Yeah, we will jump. We Mr. Benson, you listen to your colleague. He has been commenting on this issue, and he earlier disclosed that Cornelia Kra. Are you on the same footing with him? Do you, as per your political kaleidoscope, do you see Cornelia as the best candidate? All of the candidates in this election?
Yeah, very. what you just said, already Paulina have been working in the district. But once you leave the district, you understand the issue that affect the livelihood of the young people in the district.
Mr. Benson, are you being able to throw out your support for Cornelia? Don't you think it is a complete undermine to the very job you do, because you are an activist, and an activist is expected to be neutral, but you are here discussing that Cornelia Cry is the best candidate. What is the yardstick that you are using to make a determinations or able to conscientize a lot of Liberians, or particularly residents of District 13, that yes, indeed, if we put Cornelia Cry will not have the reincarnations of the very anomalies we experience on Flomo's leadership?
Yeah, thank you very much for that great question. First of all, being an advocate doesn't mean that you can advise people. You advocate for people and also advise people how to make the best decision for their life. One, making positive decision that will impact on their livelihood for tomorrow, because the issue of District 13 to me, our common denominator, yeah, we observe that the district have been polluted. If you want the person that the issue of drugs actually launched the DARE movement last year, and you have been helping in terms of empowerment. You have a vocational school in the Chocolate City area, the computer school, where young people started to improve their capacity through computer literate program. They have been giving loan to people in the district, and to also involve with community goal rehabilitation. These are what I would see for a SAR. Also, like in terms of education, you have a better education, a better understanding. So these are things I would actually want for our people to elect someone of that caliber that will be able to adequately represent us, because we observe that our district has been underrepresented since 2005. Our district has been underrepresented up to current.
Up to current, our district has been underrepresented.
Underrepresented.
So, yeah, go ahead, Chief.
Yeah, so we are advising the people, even though we are in advocacy, but we advise our people to to see how better they can make the right decision in terms of electing people. Not electing people on the basis of getting money from them, but electing people that have the knowledge in terms of making sound decisions that can positively impact their life. These are things that we're advising people to elect, people who are competent and qualified, understand their function.
All right. Mr. Ty.
Yes.
Mr. Ty, you there?
Yeah. I'm there.
All right, Mr. Ty, you earlier spoke about the 3 cardinal responsibilities, and we needed for you to bring up to speed by pinpointing our specificity with regards to where did Edward Papi Flomo went wrong, and the issues about oversight, representations, and lawmaking. Can you try to, can you attach more specificity or details to that particular issue?
Okay, Honorable Edward Papi Flomo has failed on the basis of lawmaking. Since he went into the House of Parliament, we are not seeing a bill that have been pushed to say, oh, Honorable Edward Papi Flomo enacted this bill, and this bill have been passed. There is nothing like that on the basis of lawmaking.
The education bill. Are you in the know of that?
Come again?
The education bills, an act seeking for the continuation of the free tuition at the University of Liberia.
But that was enacted that was introduced by President Weah. It was not something that was introduced by Edward Papi Flomo. It was something that the president decided during his campaigns.
Yeah, but it was a policy, but he has proposed that president come, president go, this idea should continue to remain, because he sees that as a preferred opportunity to provide adequate platform for people to get educated. What's your take on that particular issue? Isn't that a bill?
It's not a bill that will pass by hand. It's not a bill. It's not a bill.
But I think I think you are in the know of the procedure before a bill can be successfully passed at the national legislature. It has to go through co-sponsorship and other, convincing like-minded people. Are you in the know of that, Chief?
I understand. I know about that, but the fact here is that we have a lawmaker who don't speak about the issue. You understand me? Most of the time, we look. Most of the time, when people
go ahead, Chief.
Most of the time, when people are discussing critical national issue in section, our lawmaker is silent. We don't see no input from him. Are you understanding me? So these are things that these are mistakes that we made in our district, because we are electing people based on what you have going around distributing food to our people. So our people will make the wrong decision. For me, I did not vote Edward Papin Flomo. I don't want to lie to you. Under no condition I can cast my ballot for Edward Papin Flomo. Under no condition. I cannot do that. So on the basis of representation, listen to me. On the basis of representation, he has failed the district. On the basis of oversight, he failed the district. And on the basis of lawmaking, he failed the district. He's a failure to our district.
On the basis of every other thing, he failed the district. So, Mr. Bensi, you have been a political activist as per what you provided earlier on. One of the factors that propel Edward the highest seat in the district was on the basis of this solidarity, this lower upper belt solidarity. There was time in the by-elections after St. Joseph's got elevated to the position as senator. The people at the lower belt, the lower Ghana belt, said it is about time that we need to have a fair share of this leadership. So they amalgamated their forces. They come together under one umbrella to stage this green revolution. Don't you think that this chain or alignment of the green revolution or solidarity forces is still intact as we move ahead?
I think so. I think we have realized the decision that they made and feeling the impact of the decision in terms of the negative aspect of the decision that they made some years back. I think people were voting based on regional solidarity, on party solidarity, on what they were getting at the time. But I think at this time, they have come to realize that the decision that they made years back, they're not getting anything from there. And the lawmaker, I even tend to be a lawmaker, I just tend to be a money maker in the course of talent. He only cares for his salary. He only cares for his salary. After you see a salary, how nothing to do, you don't come and you ask yourself, the next time you can go back to you can discuss kind of issue that he can solve. The bill and other things. Saying you are elected, you are not pass kind of thing. You are not introduced kind of bill on the floor. They follow him in the district, you are not introduced kind of bill. If your party so say one, so say up, as a do inform himself again.
All right, he hasn't been able to introduce any bill. So say one, he has continuously been subscribing to the so say one, so say all syndrome. Mr. Ta.
I'm there.
Yeah. As we move ahead to this election, what has been the interventions of your state who are now championing for to be elected?
Come again?
What are the strategies, or what has been the interactions of Cornelia Kra ahead of, because we are in the know that campaign has officially opened? What has been the interventions been made on the very first day of Cornelia Kra, because she is now contesting for the district higher seat? What has been her interventions?
Yes, the team is on ground and they are working tremendously. They are working in the district. They are coming up with some strategy. Sooner or later, you will see they will be launching a campaign. But I cannot say anything about it now because I can't let the cat out of the bag. Yeah. But sooner or later, you will see the strategy. You will see our campaign strategy.
All right. So, Mr. Bensi, You have been. How long have you been with the unit, Cornelia? Or how long do you believe in this way to support Cornelia candidacies to the representative position?
Very often, there is a need for in the district since 2017 we decided to contest at that time with the activation and try advising our people normally, even though we are activists, but we advise people how to make the right decision in terms of decision making because decision is the policy that you're making. You know, whenever you make decision, you expect how it be you have positive impact or negative impact on you. So we advise our people normally to make the right decision. You know, very advancing for the immigration as a good, good person. So whether we advise people in terms of electing people, we want to elect people that actually understand the basic issues that affect our people in the district. Yeah, very. I'll be able to understand, in terms of lawmaking, oversight, and representation. These are things that we like people make, on a basis.
Okay, thank you. Mr. Tar,
Yes, I'm
you were
there.
here. You were here when the by-election took place that brought Flomo to power. Cornelia did not perform well in the lower belt. Is there any strategy, or has there been anything put in place to ensure that Cornelia Crow be able to accumulate more vote from the lower belt?
Yes, like I said to you previously, in electionary period, you don't disclose your strategy to your opposition, or you don't disclose your strategy to your opponent. So, like I said to you, the strategy to win the lower belt of district number 13, the strategy is already in play, and she has been working tremendously within the lower belt of district number 13. I can assure you this time around, we're going to accumulate more votes from the lower belt of the district.
You are coming in broken. You are really coming in broken.
Like I said,
are you better now?
Are you there? Yes, like I said, are you getting me?
Yeah, we are here.
Okay, like I said, the strategy is in place. In election, you don't disclose your strategy to your opponent or your opposition. So the team is on ground, and all necessary strategy is in place to win more votes from the lower part of the district. So like I can assure you, come October 10, you will see a change in the result. Like previous election, you're going to see some changes. Yes.
You will definitely see changes. That was a statement made by Simeon Dita. Mr. Wednesday, you, in the elections that brought Color Graham to power, you were in the district at the time. Or John CDC supported Kennedy at the time, John J. Weir and Cornelia Crow claimed that their strongholds were the New Georgia Belt, the Chocolate City, some parts of JJY and Uniben. Do you think that with the isolations or with considering the fact that this guy is no longer going to contest, do you think that Cornelia Crow has the advantage, and she would definitely raid that particular area and to make her the victim of this election?
Yeah, of course, really. She had an advantage for now because John J. Weir will not be contesting again in this election come October 10, 2023.
But the incumbent lawmaker is doing so many things in there, like the building of the Judy Bryant Bridge that is nearing completion. And subsequently, as per the sources I have gathered so far, will definitely, it will soon be dedicated to the public use. Don't you think that the people may see that as a ground to vote him?
Not very, very. It's just a share very. They are not been working. It's just doing it to cover up the mind of the people again, like we have been doing in previous time. Where they are not been working. Even I have some photo here that the Palawa Hall, like you're building the town hall. I think Palawa Hall to New York, the sample there. It stayed there. At the unfinished building, it's still unfinished because you can see the structure. You can see the zinc, everything. Saying he abandoned that building, he left the area. We are not seeing him. even to other places, somebody even complaining to Chocolate City. Okay, he had another project with Chocolate City, the water, he tried carry water to Chocolate City. That is also a filthy. Even to Darkistan, the Darkistan people complain that I think that goat and other animal can stay in the town, the thing that you do, like for town hall in that area, struggling completion as well. So these are things. Looking at it, why he decide to actually like to build on that bridge, not any effort he has made so far in the district. He just tried to put that in front of the people to say, yeah, I'm working. That's an I-7 thing that he's doing, in that capacity as a lawmaker to actually fool the mind of the people or to corrupt their mind again to see how best he can get another Moses here, to enrich himself and to just be an associate all lawmaker and not to do anything in the district.
All right. Okay, so say one, so say Mr. Tai. This district has been continuously controlled. Considering the previous record, Sir Jose, the CDC lawmaker who elevated himself, who did extremely well, that led to his elevation as Senator of North Colorado County. Here come Color Green, who is also contesting on the district. Do you believe that the Unity Party has done significantly well to win this district? Despite there has records to prove that this district has been continuously controlled by CBC.
Yes, it is true. What you are saying is actually real. The district has been controlled by CDC over the past, but if you look at the current statistic and you look at the way in which the CDC-led government is proceeding, the government has failed. So I can assure you that this time around, our people are not going to vote based on what we call party sentiments. They are going to vote based on the ideology of what you can do for our district, because over the past, we have people voting based on party sentiments. So this time around, the ideology will change. So this is the reason why we are pushing to remove the CDC lawmaker out of power so that we can have somebody who can move our district forward on the basis of education, on the basis of social justice, on the basis of change, on the basis of rules of law. These are things that we want to make those changes to be able to elect somebody who can represent our district in the House of Parliament.
We want to make sure. Okay, Mr. Benzi, what, as per your sections, judging from the initial stage of the conversation up to this point, what do you think would be the top priorities should Cornelia Kratopa, your candidate, you are championing to be elected? What would be her core areas of priority in the wake of bringing sanity to leadership in District 18?
Yeah, number one, first of all, as you launch a their movement, which is the movement against drugs and that anti-drugs was one of the things very few actually against the issue of drugs in the district because who want taking the young people in the district actually all corner of the district team after the district the entire I live in district that at least yourself that our young people are engaged in drugs, taking your drugs, harmful substances. So one of the person actually against that because to believe in youth empowerment, to believe how other people can be, how other people can come up good. Yeah, because if people come up good, that will help to improve the society in terms of decision making. Or not other people that will help you and give people, like sharing money to the people. Yeah, because if you give me the physical cash, that you'll be encouraging them to go and buy other substances to be taking in to believe like other like police said, you have other good thing for the district in coming time because like for other conversation that you've been happy with her, you've been engaging her, you have other good things that you have in mind for the district at the long time, their movement and other engagement you have been doing with young people and other marketers within the district. You have been involved with other small community initiative, even though she are not getting the power yet, but if you get there, I think she'll be able to do better than our current lawmaker or money maker that we have in the so-called lawmaker.
All right, that is the voice of Stephen K. N. Benze, an activist, a political activist who and I have been here with his colleague in Cyprus, Simeon Dita. We have been here discussing District 13 politics, and he said October 10th, right after October 10th, the people of District 13 will have a brand new lawmaker who happens to be Cornelia Cry of the Opposition Unity Party. He has been lamenting this with his colleague Simeon Dita, and they have been. So the number to call, folks, is 0770 13 13 18. 0770 13 13 18. So you can also call. You can also call via WhatsApp, direct call, and we will be able to bring you on live so that you can ask them the hard questions. They are here. They have been talking. We started this conversation since 5:15, and we are moving on with the conversation very smoothly. So the number are scrolling down to the screen. So if we have caller, let's proceed. If we have caller, we will definitely place them. Mr. Tar? Mr. Tar? What? Mr. Tar, are you there? Mr. Tar, are you there? Are you getting up? All right, Mr. Brinsley?
Yeah.
Oh, you have been talking a lot about this, about Cornelia chances to win. So do you think that your support for Cornelia Cry Representative Bay does it anyhow around you with the Unity Party and at the same time supporting the presidential bid of Joseph Jima Bwaka?
Not really, because as an activist, as I told you earlier, at certain level, we can come up to support somebody based on their level of experience that they have in terms of government. We can come up to encourage other people to join hand to see how best they can get that person somewhere, because we believe in the good things. These are things that we believe in as an activist.
So it's just about it's just about presidential bid about one.
What?
Is Ambassador Joseph Jima Bwaka presidential bid about one?
No, it would be a good one for us if Joseph Bwaka be elected as president of the Republic of Liberia, as a member of the West team.
Oh, what do you see? What do you see that? What are you seeing under the we-elect administrations that if Joseph Bwaka comes there or becomes president 2023, that he will be able to mitigate or perhaps provide a redeeming solution to this particular situation?
Yeah, thank you very much. There are many. Yeah, we started dating with that even end today. The issue of bad government, corruption, nepotism, ritualistic killing, the proliferation of drugs on the increase in this country. Bad leadership, bad economics, lack of job opportunity for the young people.
But you claim that George Weah since he took over in 2018 has not done anything tangible for the Liberian people. But he has been constructing roads like the ongoing road construction at the Rabafi Highway. That is an applause for the government. A lot of people consider that as an applause for the government. The institution or the finalizations of the tuition-free policies at the University of Liberia and across several other public universities. So people can consider that as a very splitting decision made by the president and the housing unit. But you are here now saying that George Weah has not been able to do nothing to emancipate the Liberian people. Can you speak to that?
Yeah, let me come to the tuition free. Every time he said he started using the word unprecedented. So it's unprecedented, very not issue. The issue of tuition free declaration at the University of Liberia.
I'm sorry for poor connection, but I'm back online. Yes.
All right, we know.
The students were appealing to him that indeed, let it rate me $1 me $1 to $100 liberty. It will be a constant rate at the time.
Do you see that with the ascendancy of Joseph Boakai to the presidency, there would be a stability within the rate and other key issues pertaining to governance?
Of course. Joseph Boakai had a lot of experience in terms of government. He had worked for 42 years in government. He served 12 years vice president to former president Ellen Johnson Sirleaf. You look at the historicity of Liberia team of William Arrow Tobo, served as 19-year vice president to Tottenham. When Tottenham died in 1971, he was the fastest recovery president ever in the history of Liberia in terms of development. So looking at him, breaking to the presidency with the level of experience that he had in terms of government and being an integrity icon, who the men that are working public sector with all any corrupt record. No one can bring document against him. He was the first ever vice president in the Republic of Liberia in the history. And no one can bring document to disprove me. To turn the office over with money to Madam Joel Howard Taylor, the vice president of the Republic of Liberia at the time.
Okay, we hold you there. Mr. Simeon Dita, you have been talking, even though you were away. Your colleague has been continuing the conversation. Does your support for the ascendancies of for Cornelius Crack to be ascendant at the higher seat in district 13, does it anyhow convince you to definitely support her political leader, Ambassador Joseph Nyema Boakai?
Okay, thank you very much for such a brilliant question. For me, I support Corina Tokpa, but I cannot support the United Party. I cannot support Ambassador Boakai. And
why can't you support the United Party?
No, I cannot support the ideology of the United Party because I feel that the United Party cannot. Where Liberia are right now, we are at a critical junction right now. We need a young and energetic leader. We need somebody who we think can move, who can emancipate Liberia right now from the dungeon of poverty. So we cannot elect.
A lot of United Partisans say that the fact that Joseph Boakai has not been involved into corruptions, judging from his years of experience in governments and other things, that is a convincing tool to definitely use to vote Joseph Boakai, and he will be able to actually do extraordinarily well than President George Weah. What's your position on this particular one?
The first thing, the information my colleague in studio is coming out with that Honorable Boakai had not been involved into corruption. Boakai had been involved into corruption, and he was even dismissed in those government. The records are there. You can go and research it. He was dismissed in those government for corruption.
He held at the time?
He was I think LPNC. He was at LPNC, something like that. The records are there. He was dismissed in those government.
I think.
Are you understanding me?
Yeah.
I think LPNC, something like that. I'm not too sure, but he was dismissed in those government. All right. Mm-hmm. He was dismissed in those government. What am I saying here is, right now, Liberia is at a critical point. Looking at Honorable Boakai or Ambassador Boakai age, is a serious impairment issue. Even the great America that we're talking about today, that have the most sophisticated health system, body age is a problem.
The very America you are using as an analogy, Joe Biden is even older than Joseph Nyema Boakai. So they could one way or the other.
Listen to me. I'm giving the analogy because I want you to understand something. Even the great America today, body age is a serious concern. Looking at Liberia, a fragile state that needs development, you cannot elect a man like Boakai, a man who has been associated with all of the decrepit government, a man who squandered.
Who do you support?
I support the ANC. I support the ANC strongly. The ANC. A man who has been associated with all of the decrepit government that invested our state resources and said we could have done more, but we squander opportunity. Are you killing me? I can assure you that if we elect Bwaka, we will get the worst.
So
on a serious note,
we hear you right, Mr. Benson. What do you have to say in response to your colleague session?
He's saying that Bwaka, Labranco should like Bwaka, for we have also advised the Labranco to attain Bwaka is a great choice for now in terms of the presidency. Bwaka is a great choice because Bwaka has the experience. In terms of leadership, I don't think what you say would be an ineffective person to be president of Liberia. I don't think so. Because we need someone with the experience that are knowledgeable to the position that is going to serve. If we need an ineffective president, I think George Weah is very young. George, at the age of 56 now, he's not old, but he lacks the experience. So we need somebody that will be able to, experienced person that will be able to do the work that Grenpo actually need in terms of taking them from poverty to prosperity. To basically, people who the international community have trust in, that will be able to work along with, in terms of supporting Liberia, taking Liberia case to the international community like early day in the past. Yeah, I think someone like Joe Bwaka had the connection, he had the experience, zero-free corruption man. He talked about Joseph Bwaka being dismissed from government during the regime of Joe. The reason why Joe decided to dismiss Joseph Bwaka because the same thing George Weah and people are doing currently. They will not go to whatever the corruption was done for everyone to follow, and Joe Bwaka couldn't be such a person. He needed to advance the Liberia to work. This is why Joe told him that, yeah, he never want to abide by the party mandate or the government mandate to be followed. So he decided to dismiss him.
All right, that is the voice of Stephen Benze, activist Stephen Benze. Mr. Tai, you listen to Stephen.
Yes.
Can you respond to him in just 2 minutes? And with that, then you just inject your parting comments so that it will bring us to closure of this edition. Apparently, in the future, we shall invite you to discuss the FACER manifesto, and we shall also extend similar invitation to him to discuss the arrest platform.
Okay. Thank you very much for the invite on your platform here today. Like I said, from the initial stage, it is about time that the Liberian people we need to be very circumspect and to choose our leader. Like I said, Honorable Cummins have all of the charisma. He has the ability. I'm talking about somebody from a corporate society, somebody who have the international connection, somebody who went to America, and he worked at the level of being a vice president for Coca-Cola. This is the type of person that we need to be able to transform our society. Let me just say something. Muhammad Gandhi says something. If you read about Muhammad Gandhi, he says something. He said, do not repeat history, because history have the ability, the propensity, and have the audacity to keep you into poverty. Honorable Bwaka has served in government for 43 years, and there is no tangible we can see. Are you getting me?
Yeah, in a nutshell.
Okay, Honorable Bwaka has served in government for 43 years, and there is no tangible we can see. So this is about time the Liberian people need to be very circumspect. We don't need a sleepy president. We need an energetic president that can transform Liberia, that can make Liberia to be a sweet land of liberty. And I believe that Honorable Cummins is the best alternative. Thank you very much.
All right, you believe that Honorable Cummins is the best president to lead Liberia in the October elections. So, Mr. Benzi, you listened to Mr. Tai respond. He did a very brilliant response. Can you see?
Mr. Tai respond. Actually, he said that Mr. Cummins is a brilliant man. He's what I like to be able to elect come 2020 or 10. I said no. Cummins is not the best. Honorable Joseph Nkrumah Boaka is the best candidate to be elected to the presidency based on his experience, the idea that he had in terms of government. Electing Honorable Joseph Nkrumah Boaka will be a boost for Liberia, the same way Ellen took Liberia for a failed state to a prosperous state. For other people tended to be that Ellen was a wicked person, but Ellen did extremely well for Liberia. Where Ellen took Liberia from, the intense of improvement, Ellen improved Liberia, even though there were some things that all went on correctly. We ourselves from Ellen, but Ellen did well for Liberia. The United Party led government did well for Liberia at the time. And if we elect Joe Boaka, it would be the same thing that Joe Boaka would exceptionally perform. And electing Colonel Pratt in the district will also be a boost for district number 13. Even though we are in active basis, but we pick advice our people to elect Honorable Joseph Nkrumah Boaka, President of Liberia, and Colonel Pratt, representative of district number 13. Each other district number 13 will be adequately represented in the House of Parliament. I think Colonel Pratt
in a nutshell.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Yeah.
In a nutshell.
Yeah. So really, that's my advice to them. We looking up to them, come October 10 to see how they can make that decision in terms of electing Colonel Pratt to that position of being a representative, and Joseph Nkrumah Boaka to the higher seat based on the level of government and level of experience in public.
All right. So that was the voice of Mr. Stephen Benze. He has been our guest on the Focal Point. He was also joined by his colleague Simeon D. Tide on the Focal Point. So for those of you who are watching us, who have been listening very attentively to our discussions, we had with us in studio Activate Stephen K. and Benze. In the future, we shall extend invitation again to the two of them to be able to discuss. This man, Mr. Benze, will be discussing the rescue manifesto that has been coined by the partisans of the Unity Party, and it developed a slogan or an acronym called ARREST, and he will be in our studio some other times in the not too distant future to bring up to speed. As you may be aware, we have transitioned into the campaign season. There are lots of political activities that are being done. A lot of people, let us continue to preach the peace message. Let us remember that Liberia first, Liberia last. Whatever we do, we should remember that the future of Liberia rests on the future of Liberia rests on the shoulder of just every Liberian. So today brings all up to a closure of the Focal Point on Focal Online TV. My name is K. Lyndon Toba. We want to say thanks to all of you. Thanks to Mr. Simeon D. Tai for joining us way in Cyprus. He is on Australia. And thanks to educator, mentor, activist Stephen K. and Benze for joining us in Liberia. He has been seated in our studio. We have been discussing a wide range of district-related issues. So until then, my name is K. Lyndon Toba. Have yourself a blessed day. Bye-bye, Chief.
Focal TV. Bringing you innovation to broadcasting, news, views, comments, and analysis of issues happening in Liberia and the rest of the world. Focal TV, with check and balance, we bring it as it unfolds. Focal TV, bringing you face to face with newsmakers in town. Focal TV, the best online platform